I have terrible shoulder pain and I want to cope by complaining about Winx Club designs, I guess. I don't know. There are so many transformations throughout the years. I don't want to cover all of them in a single video. Instead, what I want to do is talk about the reboot designs, I guess. I don't fucking know. Okay, so if you live under a rock, you must be Saudi Arabian. But that aside, Winx Club got a reboot, and what comes with a reboot is a redesign of all the girls, including their transformations. I honestly would rather keep this video short and simple and just focus on the transformation. Actually, I have no idea how many transformations this goddamn show has at this point. I know there's a dark bloom. Apart from the default transformation, there's a dark bloom. Well, I have not watched it. Should I watch it? Should I react to it on this channel? I've never done reactions. I don't think I want to waste my time. From what I've seen, the animation is not very good. I'm not even echoing anybody else's opinion here. I've seen clips. They don't intrigue me. They do not intrigue me, and I just don't think I'm gonna enjoy this. But in any case, I might as well give it a go sometime. Perhaps when I'm not suffering from shoulder pain. This video is heavily unscripted, so I want to start actually talking about these things in the order that they introduced every single transformation. This started about 7 months ago when they uploaded Flora's new transformation from the reboot. I'm gonna say a few quick words about the transformation sequence, and then I'm gonna say something about the design, I guess. So right off the bat, what I find a little bizarre about the beginning of Flora's transformation is the fact that she yawns. I like that she emerges from a flower because this is reminiscent of her Enchantix transformation, and also, I think pretty much all of the Sophix transformations from season 4. But why is she yawning? Why is she yawning? Why? I don't know. I don't know what that was. Okay. I just find it a little melodramatic, that's it. I don't know why she's yawning. Like, if she was asleep in the flower, they could have been a little less melodramatic about the way she wakes up, I guess. Like, make it look a little more heavenly or something. Just make it look really nice. Instead, she just kind of wakes up and makes this yawning, cartoonish sound. I don't know. I don't like that. Personally. Fortunately, Flora's transformation does improve as it goes on. I saw a lot of community comments that were like,
why is she stripping? Why is she, like, doing all this weird movements and stripping and shit?
To you, I say, please stop. She is 16. At least, I believe she is 16. I don't know if they're the same age in the reboot. Please stop projecting this weird bullshit on Flora. She's not stripping? She is, in fact, engaging in a very specific type of gymnastics and dancing called silk gymnastics, if I'm not mistaken, at least. This is where you use silk in order to lift yourself up in the air and make different movements. It has absolutely nothing to do with stripping. It's so weird because when I was watching the transformation for the first time, I actually really liked the animation. Genuinely, the only thing that irked me about the animation itself is that Flora woke up yawning, and I just didn't understand it. The rest was really nice. I really liked it. I liked all the movements, and the animation looks pretty great, compared to the show at least. I don't know. The show itself looks shit, but the transformation sequences look pretty good. I don't know why. Maybe most of the budget went into animating the transformations. I guess this leaves us with the last thing to talk about, which is the design itself, given that we've reached the final pose of the transformation. So I'm gonna be honest. I do like Flora's design. I can't clearly see her wings, but compared to some of the other girls, they don't look very busy, which is a good thing. Just a pretty decent starting form that looks reminiscent of her original Magic Winx transformation. The only difference that I can really see that's meaningful is the fact that she's missing her warmers, or whatever you want to call them, I think. Gloves, warmers. Anyway, so the transformation sequence is nice. I don't like that she wakes up and yawns. I am a fan of the silk dancing, and I like the design. Pretty solid overall. When I first saw it, it was very promising, so they did the job well for Flora.
Hello, my name is ChatGPT.
The next one that I'm gonna be taking a look at is Tecna. Just like Flora, there's something I don't like right off the bat. I don't know why she starts with this, yeah. I don't know, it sounds so cartoony. Almost like,
Yeah, coding, artificial intelligence, print hello world.
it's just not working. No. Remove that sound and you're golden, because the rest of the transformation is absolutely amazing. I love it. I love the entire choreography, and especially the fact that she fucks around with the camera. You know, if Tecna was a character in Genshin Impact, would she be a Hex and Zircle member? In any case, I heard a lot of people just don't like her design overall. I disagree. I actually really like her design. I like the wings. They could be a little less detailed, or maybe they could be a little more reminiscent of her digital wings that she had in the original, but it's not bad. Though, while personally I don't understand why Tecna would be showing more skin, considering that I am someone who is familiar with the original Tecna, let's all remember that this is a reboot, so they are allowed to do as they please with the characters. We don't have to see the exact same personalities all over again. We're supposed to see a reboot of the show. So if in this universe it makes sense for Tecna to be showing her skin a little more, I'll take it. She looks pretty good. I like her haircut. I like that she has short hair again. She rocks the short hair, as usual. Overall, I just like her transformation. There's really not much I would fix other than the
Yeah!
she does at the beginning. I hate Musa's transformation. I don't know. I don't like the... I do not like it. So, I don't like the design. I don't like the choreography. Way too melodramatic. If the melodrama was completely minor in the previous two, here it's turned up to a new level. Jesus Christ. So, first of all, where do I even start? Why is she banging her head forward? Like, this is so cartoony. I keep saying the same thing for all of them when I have some gripes, but in this case it just kind of screams,
Hey, look, kids, she's the music fairy and she does headbanging because that's music. It's the archetype of the music fairy in any character that likes music ever.
Oh, by the way, I hear a lot of allegations that this show used AI tools in the process. Fuck off. Here's the thing, I'm not refuting it. I am refuting the fact that it's a problem. Please let people use their tools. Now, shut the fuck up and listen to what I'm about to say. Regardless of whether someone just created something or used AI assistants to create it, if it's shit, it's shit. I am anti-bad art. Please stop being dumbasses. You know, people can create amazing art with AI tools, right? It's just one part of the entire process. So regardless of whether I sourced all of the materials from the natural world, or I used a graphics tablet, or I used AI tools as part of the process, or even a combination of all these, because I do that. If it's dog water, it's dog water, and every single medium of art needs a proper artist to guide it, to use it as a tool. Here's the thing, this sort of headbanging stereotype, and just, it's so prominent in LLMs specifically, large language models like ChatGPT, for example, where if they're describing someone who likes music, they just go over the top. I was just having some fun in drafting a story with a character who liked music because he was a music teacher. And for some reason, the AI made this weird caricature. I directed it to make him go to the local cafe. Except when he went to the local cafe, for some reason, he was just banging his head on the way there. And when he entered as well, and when he sat down after making his order, he was strumming an air guitar. Excuse me, did you make an NPC? Please stop. This is like weird. It's weird, and that's why I hate Musa's transformation, because it's full of this. Even later, in this transformation, she strums guitar strings. I bet my ass some llama 3.21b sat down and wrote this shit, and then nobody even fucking vetted it. Nobody sat down to actually look at it and say,
Oh, this is actually dog water, let's fix it.
Don't accept raw AI output as your final product. Please refine it. That's the point. If only this was the only offender of this transformation. The disco section is going way too fast. You can't even digest what's happening. And, she gets the most ugly looking pigtails ever. Why did they replace... Why? I hate it. It looks like shit. She looks like she's 10 years old. I know they're supposed to be children because they're 16, but they're not supposed to be toddlers. The only good part about this transformation is the fact that she jumps from note to note. Yes to that. I wish there was more to it. I hate it. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like anything. And her wings. Oh my god. What the absolute fuck is violating my eyeballs right now? What is this? Who designed this? No. Forget who designed it. Who approved of this design? Can we just move on?
Looking at the computer, looking at text on my Twitter. Got a snap on my Tinder.
So apart from the fact that Stella's civilian outfit is shit, let's talk about her transformation. She makes a supernova explosion and she pushes it aside and then she floats in a line. Moon. Thank God they acknowledged that she is the fairy of the sun and moon because that's what she was introduced as in the original. It's nice to see that, but is that reflected in her powers and design? Because it's interesting that they decided to make her hair go down in the transformation design. But what is not interesting is the wings. Oh, dear Lord. I hate it. It's ugly. Oh my god, and my shoulder pain got even worse. I bet it's because of that. They're bad. The wings are bad. The leggings are, I don't know. Why, I don't know. I don't. Fix her wings. Like, that's probably the biggest problem with her design. If you fix her wings, she's probably gonna look much better. Maybe do something a little more reminiscent of the original, where it's just like 3 spiky looking wings. That conveys the power of the sun in a better way than a literal icon of the sun on her wings. So probably do that. Now, I did mention that she makes a supernova at the beginning. I do like that effect. I just don't like the way she's animated. She looks static. She looks like she's not a human. She looks like a robot. That's not what she's supposed to be like, at least. Well, I mean, if she's a human robot in the reboot, but except she's not. From the little I've seen, she is not. So what's the excuse? The excuse is the writers forgot to do their classic tweens properly, for example. I don't fucking know. Anyway, so I don't like it. That's already 2 bad designs. I mean, Musa's design was worse. Stella's design just is bad as well, but she just needs to have her wings fixed. Musa needs to have her entire hair and wings. And why is she... Wait, I forgot to mention, why does she not look Asian anymore? Anyway, whatever. So, time to move on to the next one. So I have good news. Fortunately, Aisha's transformation is a sip of fresh water. Right off the bat, I feel like they did her the most justice in the entire cast when it comes to the redesign, as well as Tecna. Both of them look pretty good. I like it. The only sound effect that she makes in the entire transformation is woohoo, which absolutely makes sense considering that, well, she is into sports, and especially since her entire choreography is very dynamic. So I like that she swims at the beginning. It's definitely really interesting. The way she resurfaces from the water is really good. She looks majestic. The haircut is amazing. It's very... How can I say it? It's very natural looking, especially since it leans into her hair being naturally curly. To be honest, even though her wing design is a little busy, I do like the design. It's pretty. I like the combination of colors, especially. Purple and cyan is a pretty classic combination of colors, and it reminds me of her Morphix powers from the original. In my opinion, the shape of the wings being a little sharper is also a pretty good way to sort of communicate that she is a very dynamic, acrobatic girl who loves sports, and is going to dissect you if you dare cross her. I sincerely have not said so many good things about any single transformation so far. Every single time I had some kind of gripe. This time, it's minimal. Now, since I can actually discuss a proper design, I kind of find the bodice a little bizarre, I guess. Why is it not a full skirt? Why does it look like 2 pieces of fabric just stuck to her sides? I don't know. Just, you either make her wear skirt or you make her wear something that looks a little sportier. The boots are amazing. They look good. I don't have any problems with her design. It's just, I feel like they couldn't decide if they wanted a skirt or just tight pants, so they went for both. And it's not, like, it was gonna work if the skirt was full, but it looks like 2 pieces of fabric. That's the only problem. Everything else about this transformation is amazing. I love it. Honestly, my favorite so far, along with Tecna. Literally. And Flora, honestly. Maybe I would put her up there as well. Aisha just does not have any cringy sound effects. Thank God.
Oh God, what am I looking at? It's like I've been hit with a bat. Say Save my eyes from the shitty mess. Have mercy on me for the love of God.
Now it's time to review the main character herself, Bloom, Fairy of the Dragonflame. Immediately, the first thing I want to say is that I don't like that she says,
Yeah.
The rest of the sound effects are serviceable. They're fine. This is probably the only case where they kind of work. They either do not, they do, like in Aisha's case, or, well, we have Bloom, who is a middle ground in terms of sound effects. The choreography is fairly decent, to be honest. It's fluid, it's pretty much the standard you would expect from a Winx Club transformation. In any case, I do find it a little weird that she ends with this pose where sparkly fire is coming out of her hands. It just looks weird. It doesn't look well animated, in my opinion. There's no power to it. It just kind of looks like it's coming out of her fingers. She's not shooting it. It's just coming out. In any case, her design... I don't like the top, the haircut, and the wings. That's half her damn design. What do they do? What the fuck is that haircut? The haircut is too busy. What? So the wings are Aisha's wings, but they are Bloom. I also see this all over the designs, especially with Stella and Bloom. Why do they have these weird, I don't even know how to say it, these weird materials on their boots and on their designs that they look like something literal children would wear at school? I don't know, I don't like the texture of these things. It's just one of those things that are shiny for the sake of being shiny. In any case, I don't like her design. That's it. I like her boots. They kind of, the way they're textured, it feels like I'm looking at fish skin. I don't like that. So the choreography is good. The sound effects are decent. What a low bar. Perhaps the Tricks theme song is Step Into the Dark so you can avoid seeing the disgusting atrocities that are Stella and Musa's designs, and Bloom's design. The rest of the fairies were done justice, and that's like 3. Half the club got decent designs, the other half got fucked over, and I don't know how that happened. You know, considering the fact that Stella was obsessed with fashion in the original show, I don't know if she is in this one. How come she has such a shitty design? Someone who is not into fashion like Aisha or Tecna or even Flora, they're not exactly fashion divas in the original. They just have significantly better designs. And what the fuck were they thinking when they were designing Bloom's hair? What the fuck is happening with it? Please, why wasn't it just down? And what is that top? Why didn't you keep it simpler? Maybe something a little more reminiscent of her original design. And this is about both Stella and Bloom. Make their designs not look like they have fish skin on them. Anyway, so I am aware that there is actually one more transformation for Bloom that's like a dark Bloom transformation, but considering that it's just a recolor of her basic transformation, I'm only gonna say like a quick few words. I don't like the blue hair on the red hair, that's weird, and the rest is almost the same. That fire that comes out of her fingers is very pretty. It reminds me of Abyssal Power from Genshin Impact. Specifically, it literally looks like Duran's fire, especially if he is in that like dark state that he has. So it's definitely a pretty way to color fire, especially if we're making a dark Bloom. So all in all, I am not really impressed with Bloom, Stella, and especially Musa's designs. I love Aisha's design, and Tecna and Flora. The latter have only a few minor issues in their transformations. The former, however, oh dear lord. So, Bloom is the least offending in terms of choreography and visual effects and all of that, as well as sound effects. What the hell happened to Stella? Why is she moving in a straight line? Why is Musa doing LLM bullshit? This is like ChatGPT had a fever dream and decided to make Musa just a caricature of every music character ever. I hate it. So, yeah, she's the biggest offender in my opinion. I guess that was it for the review. I don't think I have anything else to say. If you want me to actually watch the show and react to it in real time, of course, you can actually just write a comment. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something from it. I hope you found my opinions to be useful, and especially if you ever want to work on designs yourselves, feel free to reference some of what I said. But of course, you can always just look things up and look at actual professional designers and what they have to say about the entire thing. I guess I'll see you around whenever I stream or upload a new video.